The bulk carrier Alpena, seen here at the Lafarge terminal in the port of Green Bay in the fall, made a return trip last week for one more delivery of cement on her final run of the season before the bay freezes over and she heads for Cleveland for winter layup. I love everything about this AA class carrier, but she has been an elusive lady, at least to my camera. And for years now, I've been wanting to document her arrival up the Fox River, through downtown Green Bay, catching winter's golden light at sunrise. But she often arrives to the city in the middle of the night, stays a day or two, and is gone before sunrise the following morning. And since Green Bay is more than an hour's drive away, I have never been able to get the three things I need to simultaneously coalesce in order to make this shoot possible: the timing of her arrival, cooperation from winter's unpredictable weather, and authorization from the FAA to fly in restricted airspace. Well, all that was about to change, and I headed over the Leo Frigo Bridge and into Green Bay to start scouting locations a day in advance of her arrival. Miscalculations on my part led to frustration and potential disappointment along the way, but in the end, I came away with some of the most rewarding drone footage I have ever captured.
Yeah, so I'm on the right road, I think. At the end of the street, there's a little half-acre lot that I might be able to launch my drone from. The problem, as you can see, are lots of telephone lines or electric power lines, and especially these high-tension towers that span the river here. I want to shoot along the river, but I want to make sure I stay well clear of those towers. And this doesn't look too creepy. A couple of vans parked down by the river. Get up, take a walk around here. I may have to launch from a different location.
I felt uneasy about getting out of the car in the first place, but then seeing all the discarded beer cans, liquor bottles, and used hypodermic needles along the shore, it was enough to tell me it was time to go.
I think this might be a place for homeless. There's a couple in another van over here. Show you. Yeah, they rolled down the window to talk to me. I'm going to get out of here and look for another location. It's got just a little too much of the creep factor for me. Okay. So this is right down on the other side of the river, about a quarter mile upriver from where we were, maybe a half mile. This is a good location. I've shot from here before. Nice and wide open. Don't have to worry about any power lines. Empty parking lot. Plenty of places to launch and land the drone. And it's out of the way. But best of all, it doesn't have the creep factor like that other place. That gave me the willies. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, this. Had a little mishap with a kitchen knife, a serrated knife, cutting an onion the other day. The skin slipped off the onion. I came up with the knife, and I actually punctured my finger. Colleen took me over to the hospital. We ended up going into the no sense of urgency care. Waited for a half an hour while this thing was bleeding profusely because I had cut a capillary. So unless I had direct pressure on it, it was just running all down my hand and all up my arm. Yeah, so they eventually took care of it for me. They had to see all the people with colds and flus and coughs because, God forbid, you should go in there with a knife wound during flu season. Anyway, got a handful of stitches. I get it. All right, give Colleen a call. Let her know I'm on my way. And the next time I'll see you is in the morning when the Alpena comes in. Let's hope for good weather. Oh man, the sun will be coming up right on the other side of all of that steam coming out of Green Bay packaging carton plant there. That'll be nice. Right. Go back. Of course, wouldn't you know it, I missed my shot. I left the house too late, so I'm not going to get the shot I want. With all the steam coming up from Green Bay packaging, but I still might be able to get the shot from where we were yesterday. We're still about 5 minutes out. She's just going under the Leo Frigo Bridge right now. Oh man. Always something.
There is just something warm and magical about the Alpena. From her classic lines to her holiday lights, her unconventional paint, and her long and storied history, the sight of her just soothes my soul. Originally christened the Leon Fraser, she was launched in February 1942, the first of 5 identical ships built during World War II to carry iron ore for the Pittsburgh Steel Company. And they each shared the longest freeboard length on the Great Lakes when built, and at 18,900 long tons, the largest capacity. Each could carry enough iron ore in a single run to produce the steel necessary for the construction of 8 destroyers during the war. For the next 40 years or so after the war, the 5 supercarrier sisters plied the Great Lakes delivering ore and grain. In 1982, the U.S. Steel's Great Lakes fleet put the Leon Fraser into storage in Lorain, Ohio, as her sisters, one by one, were relegated to the scrapyard. But the Fraser, as we will soon see, was about to get a serious makeover, a new lease on life, and reinventing herself for an incredible second act.
Oh man, my hands are freezing. I can't operate that thing with gloves on. The controls are just too sensitive. All right, we're gonna go just the other side of the Mesa Street Bridge. And there's a park along the river there. Watch the drum from there. She's going to come through the Mesa Street Bridge. Get her coming through that bridge. So I do have some footage of the Alpena from earlier this year of the same terminal where I believe she's going to today. And then also a couple of photos that I've taken over the years at night of the Alpena in Sturgeon Bay coming out of the canal. They didn't turn out so great, but I'll show you anyway.
The Fraser was mothballed for a half a dozen years in the late 1980s, when Fraser Shipyards in Superior, Wisconsin, purchased her and planned to shorten her length by 120 feet to stiffen her hull. Although it diminished her capacity by nearly 5,000 tons, she could now service smaller ports. And by adding a self-unloading boom, they converted the Fraser to the largest cement carrier on the Great Lakes. And she was relaunched with a new look, a new purpose, and a new name, the SS Alpena. Her owner's Inland Lakes Management logo on her bow and her red and silver banded stack, a relic of late Art Deco sophistication, is, in my eyes, the crowning touch for the most beautiful vessel on our inland waters. Since 2015, the Alpena continues to hold the distinction as the oldest active steamship still in service on the Great Lakes. Long may she sail. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you down the road.